Hi, hi. Hello. Happy Monday. Thanks for the hearts. I put makeup on just to do this Periscope. Just to do this Periscope. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Well, it's good. It's still very early afternoon. So, it's like barely afternoon here, but it's good so far. Hey, hey. I'm gonna wait for a couple to get on and then we will get started. Hey, it's definitely middle of the day. Sup, guys? All right. Thank you. Thank you. This is my go-to run-of-the-mill 5-minute face, threw some makeup on. I've got weird bumps coming up from my hair. Hi! In Germany. I hate the weird bumps. Okay. Midday mess. Oh, that's even better. Yes. I like it. We'll call it midday mess. Love it. Okay, I'm going to get started because it's like lunchtime and people can watch the replay and I'm going to put this on YouTube, so it's all good. Hi. So welcome you guys to a very special edition of Morning Mess. It will be in the morning most rest of this week. I'm actually doing a new presenter back to basics series, okay? And this can still apply if you work for another company other than Younique. In our company, we call them presenters, and I am obviously going to be gearing this towards makeup people such as myself. However, the concepts are true. I want to say, mostly universally. Each company is going to have their slight differences, but for our company, for Younique, this is going to be very Younique specific. If you've been doing Younique for a while, this still applies to you, okay? Because guess what? The basics are what we do. I don't care what level you're at. I am black status, and guess what? I still have to do all of the basics, all right? Not only do I have to do all the basics, I also have to teach the basics, all right? So it's so important, regardless of how long you have been doing your business, that you know this stuff. And most of you probably do know a lot of this stuff, but we have a lot of new presenters. My team has grown exponentially over the past several weeks, and so it is so important to get some of these basics down. I'm going to do one of these, I think, every day this week. And if I'm going to be straight with you guys. I am not a huge planner. All right. Cara Lewis Newton does her series and she is meticulous and she is well planned. And it's not that I'm not, guys, I made notes. Those are my notes. I actually made notes for this one because I want to make sure I'm covering everything. But this was a spur of the moment idea I got yesterday. So it's not like I've been planning this for weeks. So my plan is to do these, to put them on YouTube. So there'll be links that people can rewatch and it'll be good. And yeah, it's going to be a series of sorts. My first time doing a series on Periscope. Woohoo. So all right, let's get started. So this is New Presenter Back to Basics, part 1, okay? And part 1 is, I just joined! Now what do I do? Okay, because I don't know about you guys, but when I first joined, I had that feeling, right? I was like, woo! And I just joined! And then I was like, what do I do? And the number one question I get from new presenters is, okay, well now what? We don't really know what to do. We hit that join button, we buy our $99 kit, and we're like, and what? Okay? So, here's where I'm going to start. You just joined. You bought your $99 kit. You got some makeup on the way to you. Super exciting. But here's the real God's honest truth. This business owes you nothing except for the makeup that comes in that kit. Okay? This business owes you nothing except the makeup that comes in that kit. Okay? So just because you purchase the kit and just because you think you're going to sell it doesn't actually mean that it's magically going to happen. You have to create a business from literally nothing, okay? If you haven't been running a business up until now when you hit join and you're like, oh, that is terrifying. Why would you lead with that? Okay. But it's because I want to set your mindset. So many people hit join and they expect it to just voila, I'm making a full-time income. And that's not what happens. Okay. The business owes you nothing. You pay $99, you get a kit of really awesome makeup, and an opportunity to create something, an opportunity to build a business for yourself. So when you hit that button and you just joined and you're not really sure what the next step is, it's an understandable place to be. But the first step is to set your mind in the right place for what this is. You have to set your expectations. If you come into this with the expectation that boom, you're going to be making money, everything's going to be good, you're going to make a ton of money your first month and whatever, or if you come into it with, well, I'm going to try this for a month, and if I'm not making a ton of money after 1 month, then I'm going to quit. Well, you're probably going to end up quitting, okay? Because you're probably not going to make a ton of money after the first month, because guess what? You are creating a business from nothing. You are creating a business for yourself that used to not be there. All right. And that seems like a really daunting task, but here's the good news. You do it at your pace. You do it one day at a time. You do it one task at a time. Okay. So don't freak out, but make sure that your expectations fit what's actually happening. Just because you buy a $99 kit of makeup does not mean you are automatically going to have this magical empire of successful business. We build these things. It takes time. It takes focused energy. It takes purposeful effort. All right. So what is that purposeful effort? Back me up. Hold on. The next thing is no one, literally no one can determine your success except for you. Not your sponsor, not your upline, not your Black Status upline. Nobody is responsible for you and your business except for you. Period. And that's sometimes that wasn't ever an issue for me. I didn't really ever see it any other way, but for some, that's kind of like wait, what? Yeah, no one is responsible for your success in your business. No one is responsible for your business except for you. So treat it accordingly. Your sponsor and your upline, they're resources. They're there to be resources, hopefully provide some training. But guess what? Not every sponsor and not every upline is really good at that. And so even if you don't have a good team, that you can't be successful. You, at the end of the day, regardless of your sponsor, regardless of your upline, are the master and commander of your ship. You determine how successful you're going to be, which to me is an extremely liberating thought, because thank goodness, maybe that's the control freak in me, but thank goodness that I am master and commander of the ship, right? So you just joined. What do? Number one, you become a sponge, okay? The first thing you do when you join is you need to become a sponge for this type of business. And what sort of prompted this series is a good friend of mine, my friend that was visiting last week. She ended up joining and it was awesome. And she started asking questions and it felt so good to me to share again the beginning. And I was like, well, here's the team page. Here are it was honestly no different than when somebody joins me when they're not sitting in my house with me. But I was like, here's this, you have to learn it. And for her at first, it was a little overwhelming. And she was like, this is a lot. And I was like, it is a lot. But you take it one thing at a time. The things, like I did a scope on this last week, the things I know now, 18 months into this, I did not know the day I joined. I didn't know anything about network marketing, but I became a sponge. So your step one, become a sponge for this business. If you get added to a team page, check out the files on the team page. If you get tagged in a new presenter or whatever, go through the new presenter, whatever. Okay, watch the videos, read the things. Network marketing is not a new business. Okay, success in network marketing, you do not have to reinvent the wheel. So become a sponge, start learning. Okay, you don't have to apply it all instantly at one time, but start learning. Okay, because that is going to build your foundation. Number two, you need to announce your business. You cannot run a business in secret. If you want to have a successful business, you cannot throw a towel over it and pretend it doesn't exist. People have to know that you started a business. They do, okay? So there's more than one way to do this, okay? There's more than one way to announce your business to people. And I'm telling you, you don't have to wait until announce your business. Man, if you're truly interested and truly excited about what you're doing, tell people, okay? And it doesn't just have to be an announcement on Facebook. I called my mom on the phone. I called my dad on the phone. I texted friends. Then I announced on Facebook, okay? Now, here, let me break this down for you. A lot of people announce their business, but this is how they announce it. Hey guys, just started this new makeup venture. I'm super excited about it. I would love it if you would support it. Here's my link to go order. This makeup is awesome. I love this makeup. I love the foundation. I love the matte, whatever it is you love. And that's really all they say about starting this business. Well, let me tell you, there's that way, and then there's this way. Hey, you guys, I know this is crazy town, but I've done some, let me back this up. Let me try this again. Hey guys, I have done something a little crazy, might have lost my mind. I actually joined a network marketing company, or I actually joined a direct sales company, or you might choose to leave those out. Or I joined a company called Younique to sell makeup. I know you probably just fell over dead, but here's the deal. I have a 2-month-old. I'm tired. I was feeling really run down with my 2-month-old and my 3-year-old or my 2-year-old, and I needed something that was just for me. And so this is going to be it. This is going to be the thing that's for me. And I'm really excited. And I promise I'm not going to be that person. Thank you so much for, thank you in advance for your support. Can't wait to share this amazing stuff. The end. Okay. Let me tell you, the one where there's personal information and there's a story and there's something for people to connect to, that one is going to get more support than this one over here. Okay, why is that? People love a story. They love a story. We're going to talk about a story later on when we talk about using social media, but they love humans, we're made to connect to each other. Okay, we try to avoid it. We try to not connect, and we try to be all everything's great and whatever all the time and not really let people in. But when we show these little pieces of vulnerability, okay, people connect to that. We are designed to connect with each other. We connect when we're vulnerable and real. We do not connect when we're superficial and kind of whatever. And hey, here's my link. That doesn't make connection. Our business is called network marketing. The network part of that means literally connect. It literally is connecting with people around you. So when you announce your business, whether you're doing it over the phone or whether you're doing it via text message or whether you're doing it on your Facebook page, wherever you're announcing your business, be real, okay? Maybe you haven't figured out exactly why or what your bigger why for your business is yet, but there was something that made you hit join. And maybe it was just something as easy as, oh, I love the makeup, can't wait to share it. But find a way to talk about you starting a new business and be real about it. And so maybe you're like, hey, I did something crazy and impulsive. I started this new business, sharing this makeup that I really love. And guess what, guys? I am terrified out of my mind, super scared, but thank you so much for supporting me. Whatever. You don't even have to have a bigger why just yet, but be real. Be somebody that people can, make that connection with. When you announce your business, be real, be vulnerable. Create a little story. Don't lie. Don't ever lie. Okay. If you're lying in your business, that's a big no-no. Okay. But be real. Don't just be like, hey, started this new business. Love it. Here's my link. Check it out. Good makeup. And leave it at that. That's not something that people are going to jump on board with. People will jump on board with, I'm super terrified. I did this crazy thing. I'm super terrified. Thank you so much for your support in advance. I promise not to annoy you, blah, 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 whatever. For makeup, for me, this truly, when I announced it on my Facebook, that was how I announced it. I put a picture of Chris and I when we, well before we had kids. We weren't even married yet. We were just dating. It was 2008, right? And I was fresh out of college and not tired or anything. And we're smiling, going on a date night. It was a selfie. And then I put a picture of me with both my kids and looking tired because I was tired. And so I wrote a post and talked about how, when I looked in the mirror, I did not see that girl from 2008 anymore. I didn't remember what it felt like to feel pretty. Not that I devalued myself, but I didn't remember what it felt like to feel pretty. And so I talked about how, I looked at that picture. But now the thing about trying Younique's makeup for the first time, which is back then, was that I suddenly could look in the mirror and I saw that girl from 2008, the one that took care of herself and felt pretty, and anyway, I talked all about, there was a story, okay, and people connected. So when you announce your business, give them a story, give them something to connect to, be real with it. Third step, this is the last This is the last part for this particular Periscope. Third step is you need to launch, okay? So you just joined, you've set your mindset in the right place that you have to create something, right? You have become a sponge, you're watching videos, you're reading files, you're absorbing the information, okay? Because 99% of us do not come into this business knowing exactly how to run one of these businesses, okay? You have to learn. It's just part of it, all right? And okay, if you want it to just be whatever, like, not a super serious thing, then okay, maybe this is a totally different thing for you. But if you're somebody who wants to make good money with this, if you're somebody who wants to really build something with this, you got to learn, you know? You've announced your business. You're telling people, okay, you're not keeping your mouth shut. You're letting people know, hey, I did a crazy thing. This is what I'm doing. And you're being real about it. You're being vulnerable with it. You're giving people something to connect to, right? And third, you're launching. Do not wait too long to launch, okay? Sometimes people join. Okay, there's two different types of people. There are those who are super impulsive and don't really think things through and just do it. That was me. I just launched like immediately. I didn't know how to do a launch party. I had no idea what I was doing. Learning on the whim, learning on the go, whatever. And then there are those who like are meticulous and they want to learn and they want to get through all the information and they want to have all their ducks in a row and they want to make everything right and perfect and then launch, okay? I'm going to say the ideal situation is somewhere in between those two, okay? maybe launching immediately right off the bat like is not necessarily for everybody. But also if you wait forever and ever 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 until you've read and learned everything ever, okay, you're never going to get started. Okay, you have to get started. Don't wait to get started. There's an endless amount of information to learn. I still learn everything. If I had waited until I knew everything, I wouldn't have launched my business for 18 months. And that would have been no good. That would have been a waste of 18 months. You have to start, okay? You have to launch. How to launch. There are so many different types of parties. I am not going to spend a lot of time in this series talking about exactly how to have the perfect party that everybody's going to really participate in and it's going to be really good. Because why am I not doing that, guys? Because it is different for every single person, okay? Kara Lewis Newton has an awesome format. The tag team has an awesome format. There are multiple other presenters. Erica Warner, my Australian elite, has a great party format, okay? So many different types of party formats, all right? Find one that works for you. But here's what I would do, all right? This is what I would personally do if I was launching my business right now. If I were launching my business right now, I would create a group, call it something like, I don't even know what I would call it off the top of my head, but I would name my group. It would have something to do with this being my business launch party or something like that. And then I would ask, that is so important. I would ask my friends and family. I would call them on the phone. I'd send them a text message. I'd send them a message. I'd say, hey, I don't know if you saw, or, you know, hopefully they have seen, or hopefully you've already told them, but listen, I'm launching my business and I created a group for it. I wanted to know if you wanted to be a part. I promise it's going to be, I can promise you, I would probably say in there, I can promise you ridiculous videos of me totally being real and sharing some really, really awesome makeup. Let me know. I'd love to have you in there. Let me know if you want to join. I would ask 100% of the people that I add to that group, I would ask them to join. I would personally invite them, okay? And is that what everybody recommends? No, okay? There are some who are like, hey, just add whoever, and that's one way, but I would ask. And why would I ask? Because guess what I do when I get added to a group without being asked? I leave it, and then I prevent this person from adding me to this group ever again, all right? These are your friends and your family. You want them to be there to voluntarily support you. Even if it's just 6 people, you guys, even if it's just 6 people, you want the people in this group to be 100% for you. Okay. And if you've asked them and they've agreed to be in that group, they are 100% for you. Okay. So if you are launching, you are asking, for me, again, this is what I would do. You were asking their permission. You were saying, hey, I would love to have your support. I've created this group. This is what I'm going to be doing in there. I'd love to have you. Let me know if you want in. Most are probably going to say yes, but even if you only end up with a couple is better than none. Okay. And forget being embarrassed. I've seen people cancel entire launch parties because they've only had 2 or 3 people RSVP, and they say, oh, that's embarrassing. And they back down and they quit. No, okay? If that's enough to stop you in your tracks, okay, you need to really and truly think about being on board for your business, because there's going to be a lot of times where you're going to feel maybe embarrassed, you're going to feel awkward, you're going to feel uncomfortable, you're going to be outside your comfort zone, and you have to keep going anyway. All right? When you just have 2 or 3 people in a party, that is not a failed party. Okay? I had a party where there was one guest. The hostess didn't even show up, and I carried on and I hosted that party, and I posted in that party like everybody was there, and I talked to the one girl that was in this party with me, and she joined my team and still is on my team to this day and is a blue status presenter on my team. Okay? You cannot give up just because it doesn't look like you think it should look like. Even if you only have 2 or 3 people, that is better than nothing. You keep going. Okay? You put your best foot forward and you carry on. All right? You ask them, then, okay, this is going to be the thing that makes a lot of new presenters really nervous, all right? But hear me, you're going to make a welcome video. Yep, you're going to make a video right off the bat, okay? And videos are one of the #1 things that make new presenters uncomfortable. And I know that. I know it's because we don't like to hear our voice, or we don't like to see ourselves, or we feel really weird, or we don't know, we feel like we come across really boring. We get really self-conscious, all right? But you have to do it, all right? Because this is why. One, there's a purely technical reason Facebook loves videos. Videos are going to be in people's news feeds. They're going to, whatever, we're going to have a whole lesson on social media later, but videos get attention, #1. #2, these are your friends and your family. They want to see your face. They don't want to see you post a whole bunch of pictures of unique whatever, unique graphic, unique this, unique that, whatever. They want to see you. They care about you. They care about supporting your business, not a graphic, okay? And truthfully, they could probably care less about unique. They care about you and your business, all right? So you are going to put your face out there and your voice out there, and you're going to make a video, a welcome video, where you say, and it can be awkward and nervous and whatever, because these are your people who've agreed to be in this group. They've agreed to be there. All right. So if you're awkward and whatever, it doesn't matter, because they've agreed to be there. It's awesome. Okay. You make your welcome video, keep it 30 seconds to a minute long. You say, hey, thank you so much for supporting me. I am so grateful to have you in here with me. I promise you a few things. I promise you that I'm going to share some why I've fallen in love with this product line and this company. Okay, I promise you that I'm not going to spam you or annoy you. There is nothing worse. There's nothing worse than that, and I can promise you I'm going to do my very best not to ever do that to you guys. And maybe come up with a third promise, because everything's better in 3s, right? And you post the video instantly. Okay, that needs to be something that is in the group, that they come into the group and they see that welcome video. And then you're going to start your launch party. And the launch party is what we're actually going to talk about tomorrow. We're going to talk about the launch party, what to put in your launch party, what sorts of things can be in your launch party, how to run it. We'll talk about different party styles. But again, like I said, there are so many ways to do parties. There's so many ways to build a network marketing business, truly. But at the end of the day, it comes back to a lot of certain basics, and there's a particular list of what not to do. Okay, so we're going to always be talking about those, and I'll share brief tidbits about, hey, here's this part, here's this part, here's this part. There are ways to do things. This is what I would do. That's basically how I'm going to do this. So you just joined. Now what? 1, set your expectations for your business. Don't set yourself up for failure by assuming that it's just going to be wildly crazy town. I'm going to be making full-time income after a month. No, you're starting from nothing. This business doesn't owe you anything. You spent $99. All that $99 gets you is makeup and an opportunity to create something. You are creating something from nothing. Okay. How empowering is that though? You can do that. I'm going to talk about that, Allie, actually. Because what I'm going to do later, I'll talk tomorrow when I talk about launch parties, what to do with the launch party group after it's no longer your launch party. It will become your VIP group. It's a great way to segue into a VIP group. So, yes, backing that up. Sorry, I'm going to take questions in a second. So, #1, Set your expectations. You're creating something from nothing. 2, well, technically this was the number 1. Become a sponge. Start learning. If you really want to take this business somewhere super successful, you got to learn. Nobody shows up to this business knowing everything. I did not show up. I think people have a misunderstanding sometimes. They assume Black Status presenters knew all these things. No, guys, no. I'm going to repeat it again. I knew nothing about direct sales. I've never done direct sales before I joined Younique. Never, ever, ever. Never did, nor did I see myself doing direct sales. Nor did I see myself selling anything ever. Okay, I knew nothing. You have to become a sponge. You have to learn. I know what I know now, and I do what I do now, and I am successful because I took the time to learn and become a sponge, right? 2, announce your business. Tell your friends, tell your family. Not everybody's going to have supportive friends and family. We're going to talk about what to do if that's the case for you. But share that you've started this and be vulnerable about it. Be real about it. Don't be, oh, hey, I started this business. Hope you guys support it. Check out my link for all the makeup. Here it is. Drop my link below. People don't connect with that, all right? Simon Sinek has an amazing, I don't know if it's a TED Talk or just a YouTube video. I don't know off the top of my head. Anyway, but he talks about the following. People don't buy what you're selling. They buy why you're selling it, all right? Look up Simon Sinek, S-I-N-E-K, all right? If we're talking about being a sponge, this is somebody you can sponge from. People don't buy what you're selling. They buy why you're selling it. So when you announce your business and you say, oh, hey, I started this new business. Check out the products. It's super good, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. But when you tell them why you're doing it, when you tell them why you've started your new business, maybe even if you tell them you're a little scared to start your new business, you give them something to connect to, you give them the why you're selling it. People buy why you're selling things. They don't buy what you're selling. His name is Simon Sinek, S-I-N-E-K. I cannot remember the name of I think it might be people don't buy what you're selling. They buy why you're selling it. It's on YouTube. That's where I saw it. So announce your business. And 3, launch. Don't wait too long to launch, okay? Take the time, do some learning, but launch. Make sure you get started. The only way to begin is to actually begin. You can't spend forever in the learning phase. Again, if I waited until I knew everything about network marketing, it would have taken me at least 18 months. And I don't even know everything about network marketing, so I still wouldn't have started, okay? You have to just start. You have to start before you know everything. You have to start before you do everything correctly. You have to just begin. The only way to get started is to begin. Create a group. Ask people to join it. Ask them. Let them know you appreciate their support. This is what they're going to be able to expect in the group. You would love to have them in there with you. You don't want to, I love this line. I don't want to just automatically add you to a group without your permission. I would love to have you in there. Let me know if you'd like to be a part. That right there. Okay. Make sure you say something like that. Make a welcome video, 30 seconds to a minute. It's okay if you're nervous. These are your people. They've agreed to be in this group. It doesn't matter if it's just 2 or 3 people. It doesn't matter, okay? Do not let embarrassment and fear shut you down. Okay, that is the quickest way to kill your business. And one of the hardest things we do when we start our business is we have to overcome that embarrassment and fear of failure. We have to overcome that embarrassment of, oh my God, but there's only 2 people. People are going to think I'm such a loser, whatever. Hold on, Allie. I'm going to get to questions in just a second. Do it anyway. Feel the fear. Do it anyway. Get started. Next time we're going to talk launch party, what kind of content to put in your launch party, different types of ways of partying, but again, not too in depth in that because there's so many different ways. And yeah, that's what I got. Questions. Allie, you just asked me how long it took me from doing all social media to branching out in public. Well, here's the deal. I think this is different for everyone. This is my story. My story is that I started my business when my son was 2 months old and Elle was 2 years old. And we didn't get out a lot. I, was being a stay-at-home mom can be pretty isolating. And so social media is where, and still to this day, where I do most of my business. My kids are a little bit older, but still, I'm on my own a lot and, still largely on social media. I do talk to people in public now. It took me a while to get comfortable with just being able to talk to a total stranger and being like, hey, I think you would be so good at what I do, and handing them a Blitz card. All right. I don't tend to talk to people about the product very much in person, but again, everybody's different. Everybody is different. Everybody builds their business in a different way. I know so many people who are so much better in person, you know, than they are online. And if you're a person who's better at talking to people in person, then you might launch your business differently. You might do an in-home party because you might have tons of local friends and whatever. If you already have people in your group you didn't ask, message them now and ask. You know, I wouldn't, but you know what? I might make a post in my group and be like, you know what, guys? When I started this group, there were certain things, there were certain Facebook etiquette that I wasn't aware of yet, that hadn't become a thing yet. And so I realized there are some of you who might be in this group who didn't actually give me permission to put you in here. I want to apologize for that. I want to thank you for sticking around. I wanted you to know how much I appreciate you. And you have my word that you will not get auto added to a group from me ever again. Like something like that. Make sure you acknowledge that you did. It's okay. There's nothing people love more than people who are ready and willing to say, hey man, I did that. It was a total mistake, but guess what? Thank you so much for sticking around, because guess what? They're still in there. They're still in there. And if you recognize them and then you thank them for still being there and kind of give them oh, hey, sorry, man. That was my bad. Thank you for sticking around. I so much appreciate you. Promise you, you're not going to get auto added to a group from me ever again. But thank you so much for hanging out in here with me. They'll appreciate that, even if they don't like it, even if they don't ever say anything about it. I know that if I were in a group and that were to happen, I'd be like, thanks, thank you. Did a giveaways to some of them. You could do that. I don't think it's supremely necessary. I think one post in the group is more than enough. It is not, if you've already done that, it is not something that I would spend a lot of time feeling super, I wouldn't like, and I'm somebody who tends to get bogged down with a lot of guilt, right? I wouldn't spend a lot of time fretting about it. I would acknowledge it in the group. I would say sorry. I would say thank you so much for hanging out still, and I wouldn't spend a lot of time feeling super upset about it beyond that. Any other questions? Any other questions? Periscope, guys, has been hating me lately. Hi. Okay. So if you're just joining in, Periscope I've noticed it's kicking some of you out and letting some of you back in repeatedly. My Periscope hates me. I was like, oh, maybe my internet. No, but I think it's not even my internet. Hopefully tomorrow's connection is better. I'm going to update my Periscope app and see. It's okay. There's replays. That's what replays are for, Gloria. Thank you. No, this isn't Gloria. That's Michelle. I'm sorry. No, or is that Gloria? Dang it. Recommend posting in your VIP group. If I ran my VIP group better, I would post, yes, that one is Gloria. There's somebody else who has a name that I thought was yours, Gloria. But yes, that's you, Gloria. I would post in my VIP group every day if I were better about it, more consistent. But I don't think every day is annoying. I think if you're doing it like 5 times a day in your VIP group, that might bother people. But I think it's good to have that consistent presence, so that, it's kind of there. Make sure it's valuable content. Don't just post just for the sake of posting. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're posting something that is valuable content. It's either informing them or, teaching them, or sharing something fun or sharing something funny, or, a video or whatever. Don't just throw up a graphic for the sake of throwing up a graphic so that you can say you posted. I'd make sure it's valuable content. That's what I would do. All right, you guys, I'm going to finish up because I feel like I've been talking forever. Thanks for hanging out. Feel free to share that this series is happening with others. Tomorrow, like I said, is going to be all about launch party and what to do with your launch party group after the launch party is over. I hope it was helpful. And yeah, back to basics, man. Super important. Okay, I will see you guys around the internet. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for the hearts. Bye.